In the previous video, I showed you the Phil Collins bootleg that I picked up called I Don't Care Anymore. Not a bad bootleg, but sonically not that great. But it's not as poorly sounding as this bootleg, which I just picked up about 2 weeks ago from a record fair, called Swelled and Spent. And this is Genesis on the Lamb Lies Down tour. Now, the reason I got it, well, I think I spent maybe $40 on it. The reason I got it was because I don't own anything from the Lamb Lies Down era on bootlegs, and I've been collecting quite a few bootlegs, and a lot of it's coming from the Trick era, a little bit from the Duke era. I have a lot from Selling England era and a little bit from the Wind and Wuthering era. But so far, I hadn't picked up anything from the Lamb Lies Down. Not a huge Lamb fan, believe it or not. But I did want to get this. Also, I thought the artwork was really, really nice. Look how nice that is. It's kind of obviously emulating the Lamb's actual artwork. So I really like that about it. It's called Swelled and Spent, and it was recorded. What's funny about these things is that they have kind of like, this is actually mislabeled, by the way. You never know what side you're listening to, and they're also labeled with like a Gerald Clark. I honestly, I have to check Discogs. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll throw it up on here, where and when this was recorded. I believe America, maybe, or not. A little bit of scuffs on here, actually. Let's see what's on side one, which actually isn't side one. Now, I'm going to play the audio. I don't think we'll get in trouble with YouTube copyright just because it sounds so poor. But I'm going to play the audio through these speakers. I was going to try to hook up the turntable to the Zoom, but it didn't work. And so we're going to play the audio, collecting from the room sound, from the speakers. So if you think, gosh, that sounds terrible, those speakers must be crap. No, it's the actual recording. So I don't know where we're going to drop off here. It's stereo, which is not bad. And you have Peter talking and joking with the audience. That's kind of cool. Unlistenable. I mean, it's just, not only is it, I mean, inferior to a tape recording, it sounds like somebody held a phone up at the back of the room and recorded it through a phone line. So this is, it says it's side one of disc one. This is a double disc. But what we know is this is actually side three. So I think these are mislabeled. I don't know if they're mislabeled on purpose. Let's see if we can get a track that everyone will recognize. Again, to me, I think it was maybe $40 Canadian. Not a huge expense. And I think the artwork is beautiful. And it's a piece of history. So I have no regrets. I don't need, this isn't my only access to the songs. So I don't really have an issue with the sound quality. Well, I mean, I have an issue with the sound quality, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this should be the Lamb. So, I mean, there's these high mid-rangey sounds in like the 3K, 5K, 7K area that is unbearable. So I can't play it too much longer because I feel like that song could get picked up by the Spotify algorithm and they might know that, or sorry, by the YouTube algorithm. They might know that, I don't know, they might flag me, which is a big problem. So I got to stop playing it. But there you go. I mean, essentially, I think the track listing is put in the order of the Lamb, the actual track listing. But it's a great piece, and I think I really like when a bootleg is meaningful. It comes from a meaningful era, is rare, and sounds great. But what I like about bootlegs like this, even though it sounds horrible, is that this is something the band would never put out. So I have a copy of, here's an example. I have another bootleg. This one here, A Living Story, a lot of you have probably seen this. So this would be around the same time that Seconds Out came out. And so why would you spend money to own this when you have pretty much all the songs on Seconds Out, which is superior quality. But for me, I like the fact that this is actually a photocopied piece of paper. There's more, the sound isn't as good as Seconds Out, which to me is appealing to it. You know, you hear more sound check and more goofing off and more audience noise. Seconds Out in a way is almost just like a studio album. So anyway, that's just my opinion. That's why I kind of like owning these bootlegs. And as a collector, as someone who is a new collector, honestly, I'm a new collector because I'm hearing from a lot of you folks out there, the hole is a little too small. Have you seen that? Have you seen that clip from, what's that movie called? Oh, shoot, we're stuck on here for good now. I have to listen to this record for the rest of my life. You seen that movie where they didn't drill the holes in the record? A Mighty Wind. Hilarious movie.
They had no hole in the center of the records.
So that's Swelled and Spent by Genesis, and I'm so great to have it. And please share with me any of your bootlegs that you have out there on vinyl, especially. I know, you know what? I came across about 20 different Genesis bootlegs on CDs at a record store or a record fair, and the guy was asking $20 each, maybe even more sometimes, maybe $30. My problem with buying CDs is I just don't find them to be really as meaningful because we can download most of those recordings off of online and we can make our own CDs. And so I didn't really want to spend $20 when something like this was only $40. And so I find the records to be a little more meaningful. I find them to be a little bit more of an archive, a little bit more of a memento for me personally. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.